Why should we visit Malaysia in 2014?
For 2014, Malaysia is celebrating the Visit Malaysia year with a theme of celebrating one Malaysia, truly Asia. This is to why we are celebrating this is an effort by the government to make Malaysia as the a top of mind tourist destination through various of promotions and marketing strategies that the government has targeting for attracting 36 million tourists by 2020.
Okay. What can offer Malaysia to the Spanish client to make such a faraway trip?
Well, for the Spanish market, I think Malaysia is it's a very unique destination. It is Spanish to the Malaysians. It has a similarity in terms of entertainment, in terms of the product itself. Where I can see that the Spanish tend to be able to assimilate to the understanding of the products that we have. What Malaysia can offer to the Spanish market is that we have the beaches, we have the landscape, we have the culture, we have the gastronomy, and we have what the Spanish market wants for them.
Given that it is a destination more unique with adventure, diving, golf, honeymoon, etc., have you thought about making cheaper packs to have more Spanish tourists?
As compared to other destinations, I would say Malaysia it's a value for money destination that any countries can travel to Malaysia because the fare of the flights are reasonable prices. Either you can travel from Barcelona or by using Singapore Airlines or from Madrid, Singapore Airlines, even though Malaysia Airlines doesn't fly out of Spain, but then other airlines like Emirates, Qatar, Etihad, Singapore Airlines, they fly out to their destinations and connecting to Malaysia. And the prices that offered by these airlines are quite reasonable, and then the travelling time, it is basically, I would say, 13 hours from Paris and plus another 2 hours would be 15 hours flight, right? So generally I would say it can be reachable within one day, and accommodation is on the other side in Kuala Lumpur or in Malacca or in Penang, in Langkawi, and the packages that offered by the tour operators are quite reasonable, affordable and value for money. And Malaysia, I would say that it is one of the, in terms of the tourist ranking for last year, we are in number 10 in the tourist arrival. We have managed to get 24.8 million tourist arrival for last year.
In terms of legislation, passports, vaccines, etc., is it easy to visit Malaysia from Spain?
I mean, for the EU countries, Malaysia, you don't need a visa, to enter Malaysia. That makes that easier for any tourists, especially for the Spanish market, to travel to Malaysia. Vaccine is not a compulsory, except except you are going to a deep jungle on a remote area, But it is recommended that you check with the doctors first whether you need or not. Some of the passengers or the tourists are quite allergic to the certain remote area. But as far as Malaysia is concerned, it's a free. It's not a malaria country, I would say. You know, no high 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 disease problems that Malaysia has achieved so far.
Is Malaysia an attractive destination and appropriate to travel with the family?
Yes, I would say, because Malaysia has all the products that we have. If for family, I would recommend you go to Malacca or to Taman Negara, to Langkawi, because for Malacca it is it's really historical. For Taman Negara, it's a bit of nature, and for Langkawi, it's the beaches. You know, that caters for all the families that they have.
We've heard that the calendar of events in Malaysia is very rich. Could you recommend us the best ones?
Well, for 2014, we have lined up about 200 activities for the year 2014. And among what I would recommend, I mean, for any tourist to travel is during the Colours of Malaysia. That will be in May. Every year in the month of May, Malaysia is celebrating Colours of Malaysia. It's an experience where you can see the dances, the cultural, you know, the food, a bit of the city life itself. Where during that time, it will be probably within 1 week of period of time. Then a lot of activities going on in the malls, in the parades, you know, and it's something interesting that you can see a lot of things happening around either in Kuala Lumpur or in Johor Bahru, Malacca itself.
On the webpage, 25 experiences are recommended to do in Malaysia. Given there's so many activities, which ones would you advise for a first trip?
For the first trip, I would say of course the attraction of Malaysia itself, the people itself, because we are a multicultural society where the Malays, Indians and Chinese and the indigenous group. But of course, the people itself, the landscape, the beaches and the historical sites, you know, these cater the blends of that things that makes Malaysia as an interesting. As you know, historically, Malaysia has been colonized by 4 countries before. It was started by the Portuguese, then the Dutch, then the Japanese, then we got our independence from the British. So there's a lot of rich in history itself, where a lot of monuments that built by the Portuguese and the Dutch and the British, and these monuments or the forts, it still remains in Malaysia, and it has been an icon for Malaysia and a lot of tourists to travel to Malaysia.
Which similitudes or differences can find the Spanish tourist between Spain and Malaysia? Or is it a destination where everything the Spanish tourist will find it's gonna be new for him?
Well, for the Spanish market, I would say Kuala Lumpur. It's very exciting, because I think for the Spanish and the Malaysians, similarity is there. You know, Spanish people are more they are more towards entertainment side. You know, same like Malaysia. You know, more happening, right? Food, a bit of cultural elements, get to know the people. They want to know the experience of a little bit of the city life, historical, the beaches, and a bit of of course, food is there, right? And lifestyle of the people. That makes, you know, the similarity of the Spanish and the Malaysian is there.
Given that it's not a typical destination in Spain, when the Spanish will visit Malaysia, will they find Spanish-speaking guides, and how are you boosting to have more Spanish public?
We do acknowledge that not, of course, Malaysian speaks only Bahasa Malaysia, that's our national language, and we have second language, English, and of course other Malaysians are multilingual. They speak other languages also, like the Mandarin and Tamil and a little bit of Arabic. is being taught in schools. Of course, we do acknowledge that there's a bit of lack of the Spanish speaking guy, but nevertheless, I think what makes the country it's a welcoming country is the people itself. If you feel welcome to a destination, no matter what language you speak, you know it makes the people that makes the country beautiful. You know, Malaysians are warm people. We receive. You know, we are a country that we are receiving tourists. That makes Malaysia more exciting, and a lot of foreigners that comes to Malaysia because of the people that we have, the multi society that we have, the Indians, the Malays, the Chinese. That makes Malaysia is a beautiful country, and that's why we have a team, Malaysia Truly Asia.
Why have you chosen the monkey as a mascot for Visit Malaysia in 2014?
To be exact, the monkey, we call it proboscis monkey. Well, if you look at the animal itself, proboscis monkey, it's very rare you can find it. Only in the area of the Borneo itself, either in Indonesia or in Sabah, a special place. And of course, an animal that is very rare is people wants to see, right? I would say that way. And it has a unique, you know, because previously we have the orangutan, all right, orangutan. Now we are coming out with the proboscis monkey. It's something that is a unique that it will make people will wonder what kind of animal it is. And you can only find it in Sukau area in Sabah. That's why you can't find in Kuala Lumpur or in the big cities in Peninsula. You have to go to Sabah, and the name of the place is Sukau. From Sandakan travel to Sukau area, and along the river cruise of Sukau area, Sukau River, then you can see the monkey, the proboscis monkey.
Okay, we're done.
All right.
Pues ya está.
Thank you.
Thank you.